What's up guys, Game Median here, and today I'm going to be doing a Arcane Mage guide. In this video I'm going to be going over talents, your honour talents, stat priority, and your burst rotation for PvP. Right, so first of all I'm going to be going over the talents. Now for the first row of talents you're going to want to go for Presence of Mind, which causes your next two Arcane Blasts to be instant cast, which is really crucial for your damage rotation that I'm going to be showing you later. For the second row of talents you're going to want to go for Shimmer. What Shimmer does, it allows you to blink 2 times and it allows you to cast while blinking, and you're going to want to use this so you can actually be able to cast as an Arcane Mage. For the third row of talents you're going to want to go for either Encounter's Flow or Rune of Power. I usually go for Rune of Power when I burst casters, and for melee I usually go for Encounter's Flow. And for the fourth row of talents you're going to want to go for Supernova, just for interrupts, for anything really. For Warrior's Charge you can use it, for spellcasters you can use it and make them jump up in the air, and also it just gives out more damage. Now for the fifth row of talents you're going to want to go for either Ring of Frost or Ice Ward. Personally I'll go for the Ring of Frost for that extra CC, so you don't have to polymorph and then they get their health back. For the sixth row of talents you're going to want to go for either Unstable Magic or Nether Tempest. I usually use Nether Tempest versus either Rogues or Druids, Feral Druids, because this keeps them in combat and forces cooldowns on Rogues, because for them to go into stealth I'm going to have to use Cloak. And then after the use Cloak you can just basically use your 4 CDs in one shot. And for Unstable Magic you just want to go for everyone else and a bit RNG, and hopefully for the 15% to proc to get 50% more damage. And this can go well with Presence of Mind. And for the last row of talents you're going to want to go for Arcane Orb. This basically, this is really good because you can get anyone out of stealth with this. Also, it grants 1 Arcane Charge when cast and every time it deals damage. So if you hit 2 targets with this, you'll get 3 instant Arcane Orbs. Now I'm going to be going over the Honour talents. Now for the first row of Honour talents you're going to want to go for the Gladiator's Medallion, because the other 2 are really useless. The only good thing about Relentless is if you're Orc, so if you're Orc I'd probably go for this one if you're being like versing a rogue, or if you're getting trained a lot. For the second row of talents you're going to want to go for the Mind Quickness, because the 6% haste is just too good not to use. Make sure Arcane Blast much faster cast time, and Train of Thought is just useless because you're always going to be taking damage in PvP. And this one I don't think is really good because the target's not always going to be over 80% HP. I could see this being used in 1v1 situations, but for an arena I'd use Mind Quickness overall. Now for the third row of talents you want to go for is either Neverwind Armour or Prismatic Cloak. Prismatic Cloak is for casters, so you can basically cast anything you want without getting interrupted. And I would use Neverwind Armour for melees, because it reduces the chance you'll suffer from a critical strike by 15%, which means less damage you'll take. And for the fourth row of Honour talents you're going to want to go for either Dense Dice or Temporal Shield. Dense Dice is it basically gives you 6% more shield on your ice barrier. This is really good for, and it only can be absorbed by physical damage, which is melees, warriors, rogues, ferals, so this is really good against that. And you're going to want to use Temporal Shield against casters. What this basically does is whenever you use it, if you survive for 4 seconds, however much damage you take you'll get healed back to whenever you used it, so which is really good. And for the 5th row of talent you're going to want to go for is Torment of the Weak, because what this does, it gives you 15% more damage whenever you apply slow, when a slow effect is on the target. You should be always using slow for that effect anyway, but this just gives you the 15% increased damage, so I don't know why you wouldn't use it. And for the last row of honor talent you're going to want to use Master of Escape, because Master of Escape basically reduces the cooldown of greater invisibility by 45 seconds. This is really good because you can get out of combat in a shorter amount of time. And that's about it for honor talents. Now I'm going to be going over stat priority. Now for Arcane Mage you're going to want to stack Mastery, because what Mastery does, however much percent Mastery you have, it increases your mana regeneration by that percent. Also, Mastery increases your damage as well. Secondly, you're going to want to stack Haste. Now what Haste does is you'll be able to cast faster, so you'll be able to get off more Arcane Blasts this way. And you're also going to want to be stacking Critical Strike, because if you use Critical Strike you basically do more damage with big juicy Arcane Blasts. That's about it for Arcane Mage stat priority. Now I'm going to be going over the damage rotation. Now for the damage rotation as Arcane is you need to get 4 stacks of Arcane Orbs as much as you Arcane Charges as fast as you possibly can. The fastest way is to use Arcane Orb, either run to the target, then use Arcane Explosions, because every time you use Arcane Explosion you get a charge. And then you want to, if it says it's a worry or something, you either null that into a poly. And for the damage rotation you're going to want to cast Mark of Eluni, then you're going to wait for it to go to halfway, then you're going to use Arcane Power, hard cast an Arcane Blast, then use Presence of Mind, and then quickly use Arcane Blast again, and the target should be dead. I'll show you right now. So cast the Eluni, wait for it to tick, oh let me play slow, halfway, and that's how you one shot as an Arcane Mage. Now if you can't fast cast Arcane Blast, wait for the Eluni to go near enough all the way, cast Arcane Power, then Presence of Mind, and then 2 Arcane Blasts straight away. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to show you the damage rotation without actually casting an Arcane Blast. So again, use Arcane Orb, run to the target, 2 Arcane Explosions, Nova, Poly, cast Mark of Eluni, a slow, wait for it to tick, CD, Presence of Mind, 2 Arcane Blasts, done. That's without casting. Oh, accidentally used Trinket, but oh well. But that's how you do a damage rotation without actually casting at all. Thank you for watching the video guys. If this video helped you in any way, please give this video a big thumbs up. Sorry about my lack of speech in the video. This is the very first time I've ever done a tutorial, so sorry about that. I will get better in the future. That's about it really. So thank you for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Peace.